fifth season. I think I might have asked you this maybe every year, so I apologize for that. But when you took this program over, a program that is so near and dear to your heart as a Titan, former player, now a head coach, leader of men, the build, are you where you expect to be in year 5 of this, or is it even at a larger level, having won back-to-back championships, being in the AAA now?
Well, when we put our staff together my first year, our thought process was we were going to have a 5-year plan. Honestly, it didn't include 2 championships. We were going to try to rebuild, try to get back some of the legacy that men like the Massier brothers had built, and just try to get some of that winning tradition back at the school. I think we've been fortunate enough to have some players get to us that can really contribute, more so as solid young men and also as good football players. So to answer your question, I don't think that it was a part of the 5-year plan, but we're fortunate that we've been able to have the success that we've had.
I'd have to imagine, Coach, that moving up to the AAA, it's probably now a, put up and show up mentality. I'm curious what the message has been this summer that you guys are moving up at the next level. Does anything change, or do you just keep everything the same in terms of the messaging?
Well, you guys know me. We're going to keep the same type of mentality. We're going to make sure that we're 1-0 at the end of each week. Moving up a division doesn't really affect us in the way that has affected some of the general public. We are just trying to make opportunities for our kids. We know that in order to move up in a division, it's going to create better opportunities for our kids. I think it's a testament to how we've built our program. It's been a methodical build, you know what I mean? So it makes sense that we went from AA2 to AA1 and now getting a shot at the AAA. We don't weigh as heavily on the division more so than the preparation. The process, as I've told you guys before, is so much more important than where we stand, what rankings we have, and things of that nature. We just want to continue to build. We want to work through the process and kind of let the result be a result of how we've taken care of our business.
We'll go to Rocco now. And Rocco Rainone, we mentioned guys in this league, signal callers who have a lot of experience, Will Curd, Stepanak, and we just mentioned Christian Pinto, guys who are 3-year guys. You're in that same mold. You split time in the past. It was your job last year. What is your comfort level coming into this first year in the AAA, having been in this offense and had all the reps that you've had?
So I would say I'm more comfortable than I've ever been here. I know the plays well. I'm better at reading defenses than I ever have been, and being here for a 3rd year, it's just going to make the difference, and I'm ready to prove that we are able to play in the AAA like we're supposed to be.
I want to talk to the Bull, Jameer Reeder. And Jameer, you're going to get a majority of the carries this year, and how do you make yourself a better tailback? How do you make yourself and pace yourself for what could be a very daunting year in the AAA?
Honestly, with the coaching I've had these past years, I'm just going to keep doing the same thing, going back. I have a great running back coach in Coach Way. I have a great coach in Coach Kamal Roy. So everything they told me these past years, I'm just going to keep reliving it and doing what I do every day.
Renal White, we'll go to you now. And you heard me list off the guys who aren't here, right? And I'm sure you hear a little bit of chatter, right? And certain guys are gone. Maybe you aren't up for the challenge. How much even is that personal for you and you guys as a whole to kind of say, listen, we're still the Titans. We're still going to be an elite team.
Yeah, so I want to fill in their big shoes, and I want to make sure that I'm a complete. I can't even speak.
That's all right. It's all right.
I can't speak.
Well, I mean, listen. There's a lot of expectations, but at the same time, as there was a good handoff. I think Rocco would appreciate that handoff. That was pretty solid right there. Ronald could maybe play a little bit of QB with that handoff. And if there's no better player, I think, John, to hand it off to than Mr. Reeder here.
No,
right?
I'll give it to him every day of the week. That's I mean, listen, if I've got Rocco's arm, then I'm going to throw it out there too. I think that also helps too, that you've got guys up here that can catch too, and they're not just one-trick ponies. How much of a benefit, I guess, Rocco and Jameer, does that help the offense, knowing that if you're ever in trouble, you could just sling it to one of these guys and there's going to be a positive play?
Speaking for both of us, I feel like it's a great thing that we could depend on different players who have different play styles, and it really gives the team more variety to show that we're not that one-trick pony, and that if one thing don't work, we can always resort to the other. And we know that regardless of the circumstance, we can always make it out of it.
Now, the next gentleman that we're going to talk to, I think he's got a future in coaching. And don't let that stern face fool you. This guy is fantastic. Had a chance to watch him at a clinic earlier this year, coaching up the young kids.
Are you trying to say Kamal Roy shouldn't be the head coach anymore?
I'm just saying, if and when the day comes that Kamal has to step down or give the headset away, it's to Justin Costa. And Justin, I think one of the cool things in having the opportunity to obviously watch you work at the showcase, but also be on the sideline last year, was there's an ingrown competition amongst you guys, and how much does that push you and the rest of the guys to make each other better, knowing that the end goal is that trophy that's right in front of you?
Yeah, so every day is a competition with us, to be honest. Every day is 100% full speed, contact, hitting. It just makes everybody better at the end of the day. We all work hard to reach that end goal, and that's just all we got to do, to be honest. As long as we keep working hard, pushing each other to our limits, that's how we're going to win.
You don't think he won't be a coach?
I like that. That's a good answer.
That's yeah.
And I've seen him in the trenches. He's going to be a really good lineman as well as he's been. And again, some great guys before him, right? Irv Briggs, Chris Bacon, guys who have won these big awards. And if he's not an award winner this year, then he'll be a coach of the year in the future.
I'd imagine so. I'd place the bets right now. That's the future.
Well, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate all for obviously hosting here as well. We love doing your games, and we look forward to doing more as well. It is the two-time defending champions. And look right there. It starts with a road trip. We're not on the road trip, but you see them going out to LaSalle Academy, Xavier, and then that Immaculata game, part of that Battle of the Bridge. And then some tough road games ahead with Stepinac, Fordham, and Hayes. And look at that one. That'll be a fun Long Island matchup, right? A home game against St. John the Baptist. We will be here. We'll have the Varsity Media Sports Network crew here in Hicksville as the Cougars, they're here in the house as well, taking on the Titans as well.